Hi from Manchester, feeling a bit anxious, looking forward to this meditation. And Mick, greetings from Croydon. Jackie, hello from Milton Keynes. Richard, hi from Vancouver, Canada. Simon from Surrey, very short of breath today, so looking forward to the space to breathe. Yeah, that's wonderful, Simon. And chance to settle and calm, and hopefully that will ease your breathing a little bit. And then Chris, hello from Dublin, happy to be here. And Susan, hi from Norwich. And Caroline, hi from Hoddesdon and Hearts, Lawrence and London. Good. So yeah, just while we're just waiting the next couple of minutes for people to come in, maybe just doing a little bit of movement, just releasing the body. However you want to move, maybe a bit of shaking the hands if that's comfortable. A few deep breaths. Maybe stretching a little bit if that's comfortable. Signaling to the body that we're transitioning from whatever we were doing before to meditating. I think that could be very, very good. Sort of signal transition. Good. So we've got Helen and Chile, Suffolk, and we've got Martin from Preston. Looking forward to meditating with everyone tonight. And Teresa from Preston, Lancashire. Good to be here. Great. Okay. So it's 1 minute past. I think we'll begin. So a very, very warm welcome, everybody, to this space to breathe. And if anyone's here for the first time, special welcome to you. And then I know we've got lots and lots of old friends here, which is wonderful. And it is just what it says on the tin. It's an opportunity to have half an hour of quiet time, nothing to do other than to be, just to be quiet and restful, hopefully. I lead the practice, so you don't need to remember anything. So you can switch off the part of your brain that is thinking you need to remember. You don't need to remember anything. Just follow along as best you can. You'll probably get lost. That's completely normal, that minds like to wander. So if you notice that you've got lost, then without any harsh judgment, you notice that and you think, oh gosh, look, I'm completely lost. And then invite your awareness back to the practice and picking up with my guidance. And that's a training in and of itself, the training to notice when you're lost and then to choose to come back to more intentional awareness. That is a great training for life. Good. So I was thinking before what to do. I've just been for a swim and I was in the car on the way home thinking, oh, what should we do tonight? And I know I did mindfulness 2 weeks ago and then Sona led a kindly awareness practice last week. So I thought we'll go to an old favorite tonight, which is body like a mountain, heart like the ocean, mind like the sky. So it's a lovely practice where we come into the body, first of all, and we get a real sense of stability. Then we tune into our emotional experience and place it metaphorically in a very large, still ocean. So there's a lot of space around our emotions. And then we let our mind be like the sky, and the thoughts are just passing through sky-like awareness, like clouds. So rather than being really identified with the content, we rest back in awareness itself. And that can also be a really amazing practice, amazing skill. So let's do this thing. Good. So the first thing to do is to choose our position. And you can do it sitting, you can do it lying, you could do it standing if you want to. It's completely up to you. What's going to be a position of the body that's going to signal to your brain, I'm meditating now, and what's going to be as comfortable as possible and yet alert. Yeah, so that's the kind of criteria. And within that, you can choose any position. It's completely up to you. And then when we're ready, We can close our eyes if we'd like to, or we could lower our gaze. I'm going to close my eyes because I find that helpful. Some people don't find it helpful, so it's fine to just lower your gaze if you prefer. And allowing the weight of the body to rest down into the support beneath us. So there's a felt quality of resting down into gravity. Seeing if we can let go of gripping a little bit and let the body be held and supported by the chair, the bed, the floor, whatever it is that we're resting upon. And to help with a sense of arrival, you might find it helpful, you don't have to do this, but you might find it helpful to take a few deeper in-breaths, and then with each out-breath, have a quality of arriving, letting go, releasing into gravity a little bit more. And letting go of what we've just been doing and letting go of whatever's coming next. And resting in each present moment. And then when we're ready, allowing our breathing to find its own natural rhythm. So letting the breath do whatever it wants to do in the whole body. And to help with this quality of arriving and settling, sometimes it can help to have a sense of the buttocks softening. If we're sitting, allowing the weight to drop down through the buttocks. If we're lying down, letting the weight drop down through the buttocks into the bed, as well as the back of the body, of course. And as we just release in the buttocks, sometimes breathing drops a little bit deeper in the body, just seeing if that happens, being careful not to force or strain. If we're sitting, having the hands supported on the legs or in the lap, having the head poised on the top of the spine. If we're lying down, having the hands resting either on the body or at the sides of the body, it's up to you. And allowing your head to rest into the pillow or the cushion. Again, letting go of gripping and holding on. And to help us deepen into the body, deepen into presence, we can imagine awareness is pouring out of the head, down through the body, to fill the feet and the legs. And seeing if we can rest inside the feet and the legs rather than thinking about them in the abstract. So this means resting inside sensation, which might be strong, or there might be a sense of dullness or numbness. But we're learning to rest inside the body, which helps us to rest inside the present moment. And seeing if we can allow the sensations to arise and pass like a river. Letting go of the compulsion to push against anything unpleasant or to grab hold of anything pleasant. Resting back and allowing everything to flow through the moments like a river. Now coming to the buttocks again, yielding, resting, settling into the support beneath them. Of course, if we're standing, having a sense of the buttocks being soft. Now allowing awareness to pour up into the belly. The soft front of the body between the pelvis at the bottom and the base of the ribs at the top. Maybe there's a sense of a very gentle expansion on the in-breath, subsiding on the out-breath, completely effortless. Maybe there are other sensations. Again, seeing if we can rest inside a fluid quality of awareness rather than pushing against anything painful or grabbing hold of anything pleasant. Just resting inside the belly, inside experience as it flows through the moments. Coming to the chest, the ribs expanding, subsiding, the lungs filling and emptying, breastbone rising and falling a little bit. Seeing if we can rest inside the movements and sensations of the natural breath. Keeping the buttocks soft as we do this. Let's now allow our awareness to flow into the whole back of the body. So coming back to the buttocks again, yielding and resting. And allowing our awareness to pour up into the lower back. Feeling the shape, maybe the movements of breathing in the lower back, effortless, receptive. Flow of sensations, whether they're pleasant, unpleasant, dull, numb. Seeing if we can allow them to arise and pass within a broad, receptive quality of awareness. Coming up to the middle back and allowing awareness to pour up inside the upper back, at the back of the lungs, back of the ribs, spine, shoulder blades, resting inside the movements and sensations of breathing very gently, receptively, effortlessly. So being aware now of the whole torso, the front, the back, the side. Maybe having a felt sense of an opening a little bit in all directions on the in-breath, subsiding a little bit in all directions on the out-breath. Being careful not to force or strain. Always keeping the buttocks soft. Now let's inhabit the shoulders, allowing them to fall away from the midline of the body into gravity. To help this, checking that the hands are supported. So again, we can soften tendencies to grip and to hold on. And allow the arms to fall away from the shoulders. And allow awareness to pour through the shoulders and into the arms. And pouring down inside the upper arm. And the elbows. And the lower arms. And the wrists. And the hands. Allowing awareness to pour inside the fingers and the thumbs. And seeing if we can let the fingers rest in each present moment, not reaching for the future, holding on to the past, just resting. If we soften the fingers in this way, it helps to soften the mind. Now allowing our awareness to pour back up through the arms and through the shoulders, into the neck and the head. So let's just check the position of the head again. If we're sitting, letting the head be poised, maybe tucking the chin in just a tiny bit. So there's a release through the base of the skull. And if we're lying down, letting the head be held by the pillow or the cushion. Coming to the whole mouth area, seeing if we can let the jaw be soft, the tongue soft, the lips soft. Eyes soft. Letting the brain rest inside the head, just resting in its little cradle of tissues and bones. Now broadening to be aware of the whole body. This great mass of sensations, like a cloud, coming and going, moment by moment. We rest in this field of awareness with a sense of groundedness, presence, like a great mountain. And of course, even a mountain that appears to be static, it's not static. There's weather, there's wind, creeks and rivers. It's very dynamic, just like our body, but it's also stable and grounded. Getting a sense of that in the whole body, body like a mountain. Now let's move on to heart like the ocean. So tuning into how we're feeling emotionally. And in our imagination, placing it within a vast, deep, still ocean. So whatever we're feeling has got space. Let it come and go, come and go. We can imagine that this ocean is full of love. It's a magical ocean full of love. It's receiving whatever we're feeling into its still depths with love and care and kindness. Body like a mountain, heart like the ocean. Now let's give our thoughts the same quality of spaciousness. Mind like the sky. So allowing our thoughts to flow through awareness like little clouds, or maybe they're big clouds. But they come and go, come and go. Haven't got any solidity. And we rest back in the blue sky of boundless awareness. Looking at our thoughts rather than from our thoughts. So we're finding a middle way where we're not suppressing our thoughts, nor are we getting carried away by their content. Now let's broaden our awareness. Body like a mountain. Heart like the ocean. Mind like the sky. Resting in these qualities for a few moments of unguided meditation. Now letting go of any effort whatsoever, just releasing, resting, absorbing the practice. Nothing to do, no one to be. Resting. Now bring a tiny bit of movement into the body as we bring the practice to a close. Maybe the fingers, toes if that's comfortable, or the head, or some other part of the body. But taking this quality of awareness into movement, seeing if we can let go of the impulse to immediately grip. So keeping it fluid. Staying very deep in the body, staying in touch with ourselves. And then when we're ready, we can open the eyes, come into bigger movements. However we want to. I always want to stretch. And yeah, just coming back to the screen if you want to, or staying in your meditation. Wonderful. That was really gorgeous to practice with you all this evening. Thank you so much. For those of you who are new, I always stay on for a little bit at the end, and people Some people write in the chat box what they noticed in the practice, and I always read it out because we sometimes have people here for whom reading the chat box isn't possible. But before we go into that, Mark's just put a link in the chat box. Something very exciting is happening at the minute. That for a week, there's a campaign going, there's a scheme going where any money that's donated to Breathworks is doubled. So that is really incredible. There's a charity that any money that is donated is doubled. And we only launched it today, and already we've had lots of donations. So thank you so much. I'm sure some of you have already donated, but we need more in order to make the most of this match funding opportunity. Like, obviously, it's only going to be doubled if we get the donations in the first place. So Mark's put the link there, and he'll put it in a few times. So it's something called the Big Give campaign. It's really wonderful, actually. It's a UK thing. I'm sure you can donate from abroad, but isn't it wonderful that there is this scheme where some kind people are doubling donations? And the money's going to go towards our bursaries and scholarship fund. So it's to enable people to come on our programs who would not otherwise be able to do so. So yeah, there's the link. Good. So I'll just read out some of these lovely comments. Lots of thanks. Yeah, Chris, beautiful meditation. I feel melted. That's very good. Melted. And Helen, a wonderful feeling of expansiveness. And Joe, my heart has been feeling heavy. Now it feels rested and lighter. I mean, it's so extraordinary, isn't it? That all we do is we sit for half an hour doing nothing with intentional, when I say doing nothing, I mean there's no physical activity involved, but we're learning to really sort of hone our minds, hone our awareness, and choose what we do with our minds. And it's possible to go from feeling heavy to feeling rested and lighter. And Laura, that was just what I needed. Victoria, I have a question about the buttocks. I can't sit because of arthritic pain, and when I lie down, I fall asleep. How do I relax and release the buttocks while standing? That's a really good question. What's coming to me as I read that, and I'm just feeling into my own body, I think it's dropping your awareness right down into the soles of your feet. So if you can really get your feet on the ground and feel the soles of the feet on the ground with a sense of softness, it'd be quite hard to have a tight bum at the same time, I think. If there's softness in your feet and this sense of, oh yes, dropping. So you could try that. I can see I can see you there on my screen smiling and nodding. So that's good. Yeah. Angela, my heart floating in a magical sea of love. Wonderful image. Thank you. That's one of the other wonderful things about working with the mind is we can use our imagination. I mean, literally, there's probably no ocean in the world that is literally a sea of love, but we don't have to worry about that. We've got the quality of the ocean that we can recognize, and then in our minds and our imaginations, we can just fill that up with love as well. We have permission to do that with our imagination. Imagination is such an extraordinary gift to humans. Good. And Bridget, thank you so much for much needed reset as mind super busy with Christmas sorting. I seem to have a lot of full, fast clouds passing by. Very good. Very good. But that's different from just being obsessing about the list, maybe. Yeah, it's a funny time of year, isn't it? Leading up to Christmas, lots to do. And Alan, thank you. It's been so difficult for me over the last few days. You have really helped. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that, Alan. Well, you have helped yourself by coming and engaging with the practice. So it's you that's done it, not I've just given some input. And Odette, I love the metaphors, body like a mountain, the heart of the ocean, mind like the sky, mindfulness and imagination and action. Yes, indeed. And Lawrence, I feel a lot more peaceful now. Petronella, I'm using the camping pillow and it makes the buttocks super soft. Okay, this is a higher teaching from one of our retreats. Sometimes if we're lying down, it can be really unpleasant to lie on the sacrum, or if you've got the sort of pain that Victoria's talking about, it can be unpleasant to have the weight dropping down through the buttocks or the sacrum. If you get a little inflatable camping pillow, super cheap, like £5-6, something like that, and you inflate it, not completely full, but you can choose how much air you have in it. I have just a little bit in it, and then when you drop down on it, you're not pushing into the floor. It's a bit like a waterbed, but it's got air in it. So that's really wonderful tip as well that you can try. Yeah. So thank you, Petronella, for that. Magdalena, voice I trust called me to be, body pleasantly heavy, mind ran solving a problem, voice was patiently here, body patiently here, mind went back peacefully several times, just okay. Oh, that's wonderful. It's like a Zen poem. Voice I trust called me to be, body pleasantly heavy, mind ran solving a problem, voice was patiently here, body patiently here, mind went back peacefully several times, just okay. That's really great. Thank you so much, Magdalena. And then Julia, lots of pain today, but I feel more relaxed now. Good. So thank you so much, everybody, for your comments. We got to the end of the list now. And I'm just going to really plead with you to consider making a donation to this link, and it will be doubled. So I'm not even going to be discreet. I'm just going to beg. See if you might be willing to do that. And that will be for our scholarships and bursary funds, which is really, really, really dear to us. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I will read this out because I want everyone to hear this from Karen. Thank you so much. Even though I'm feeling so wretched, a reminder popped up on my phone and I thought, why not? I'm lying here anyway. I was taken to A&E by paramedics last night with high inflammatory markers. I've recently been diagnosed with malignant melanoma and will be having further surgery next week. When the body stills, the stillness moves will continue to be helpful. That's a little saying we use at Breathworks. This is only some of what I'm navigating at the moment, but I'm grateful for the space and being home with meds. Past experiences have been horrendous. They are simply memories. Now and right now, I am home and safe, albeit feeling wretched and not being able to get out of bed much. I only mention this to share my suffering, and if anyone feels they have any compassionate thoughts, I'd be grateful. Wow. Thank you so much, Karen, for sharing that with us and giving us this opportunity to send you lots and lots and lots of love. That sounds really tough. And wise. You're saying past experiences have been horrendous, but they are simply memories now. And right now, I am home and safe, albeit feeling wretched. So yes, just taking it one moment at a time. So yeah, all the very, very best to you, Karen. And thank you so much for, I think it's very brave of you to post that and ask us to send you love, which I'm sure we all are. Good. Okay, so we'll leave it there. And there's lots of people sending love to Karen as well. So we'll leave it there. Thank you so much to Mark, our wonderful tech support person. Now we've got this new little toy at Breathworks, which is if you go to the React button, we can all do things like put hearts going up our screen. This is a really nice thing to do at the end of a meeting. It's lovely, isn't it? Look at that. Good. Okay. Thanks so much, everybody. And see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Vidyamala.
Thank you, Vidyamala. Thank you, Mark.
Bye. Bye, Vidyamala.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I'm off. Bye-bye.